Hey everybody, John here, coming to you from Bald Eagle State Forest in Pennsylvania. So we're on our way to campsite number 8 to meet up with Day Hike Dave. We're going to spend a couple nights camping out here, and who knows what else we'll get into. It's the end of May, and there's usually a fire ban in the state forests, March, April, and usually up to around May 25th, I believe. But Dave called the state forest office to find out if that was lifted and if we're good to have a campfire, and they said yes. So I don't know if he's bringing any wood. I don't have any. I do have a saw, so first order of business might be to get some wood together. And also, one of the first things I'm going to do is try to rig up a tarp shelter or two, because after this evening, maybe late tonight, overnight, we are expecting a lot of rain, and it may be raining all day Saturday into Saturday night. So I decided on this trip, I didn't even bring a tent. I'm just going to sleep in my car, and then that way I won't have to worry about a wet tent. But as far as, well, I don't want to be stuck in my car the whole time, so we'll try to rig up something with tarps so that we can sit underneath it maybe. We'll see how that goes. I'll see you when we get up to the campsite, and we'll see if Dave is there yet. Can you hear me coming, Dave? Well, look at that guy. You can just spot him right through the trees there. All right, here we are. Day Hike Dave. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Glad
you made it.
Yeah, well, me too. It's going to be a good time. Notice how Dave's already got a shelter over the picnic table, and we can sit under there. That's cool. I got my eye on this area right here. If I can figure out something, I might park my car here-ish and have a tarp beside it, so that since I'm going to sleep in my car, that way when I get up in the morning, if it's raining, I'll be able to step out the driver's side and not get rained on immediately. So we'll see how that goes. But are we going to have to gather some firewood? Because you said we're allowed to have a fire.
I have fire logs.
Okay.
So we'll just use them.
All right. And then if we need to, I got a saw with me. We can gather some dead wood and
there's a little
bring it
there,
over. So
I think we're good.
All right. Well, let's get this weekend kicked off right then. So Dave and I have been chatting. We both got our deluxe chairs here. Dave's got the bug candle going, and it seems like we might need it because bugs have been flying in my eyeballs a little bit. Got a little bit of wood there, and gathered some kindling. You see my blue tarp over there. That's a work in progress. I'll tell you about that later. But right now, we're thinking maybe we're going to get a little hike in. So what are you thinking, Dave?
Well, it's up to you. Do you want to? We can walk down the road and do this little loop here, Stony Gap, and then Knob Trail, and then hike the road back to here. Or this one looks more interesting. We could drive. We'll drive down to this gate. It would be an out and back, but it's Glen Cabin Gap. That kind of looks interesting.
All right.
It looks like a mile out and a mile back.
All right.
I'm not really into doing a big loop. You think that one?
Yeah.
Out and back?
And there is a gap there. You can tell
by
the topo lines there.
Follows the stream.
Interesting.
Let's check that out.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Glen Cabin Trail and Top Mountain Trail. Okay, so I guess we go down here, and we spotted a little footbridge down there, which I guess takes us across. You think this is called Spruce Run? This
must be.
This stream down here. What kind of tree is that, would you say, Dave?
Pine.
It's a pine?
Some kind of pine.
It looks like a loblolly pine with that bark pattern, but
does.
I didn't know that those were this far north. And I guess black cherry trees have a similar bark pattern, but this looks too patchy and something. Beautiful tree, though. That tree has seen some things.
No service, or I'd look it up on my app.
Oh, a nice spot across the way there. There's a cabin or shelter, something over there. We'll definitely get a closer look at that momentarily. Day Hike Dave working hard to bring you the good stuff. All right, what have we got over here? Duff's Dream. Oh, yes. I can see why. I don't even know Duff, but I can see why Duff would dream about this. Wow. Well, this is obviously used and a place where one can sit around, have a nice fire. It looks like, well, I mean, that's a really old drawer. Is that ready to be burned, or is that telling you don't have fires in here? I don't know.
You know what Cliff would say about this?
What would he say?
I could totally live there.
Yeah.
I could totally live there.
Yeah, I think I could too.
Yeah,
I could see why Duff, it's called Duff's Dream. I could see why Duff dreamed about this.
Yeah.
Huh. This place looks like it's in decent enough shape. These exterior walls look good.
Yeah.
Some nice wood sheds here. This is pretty interesting. That looks like a functioning sink.
Is this somebody's private cabin?
I mean, I don't know. It looks like it's usable. I don't think it's inhabited right now. And I assume it belongs to the forest.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be a nice one to rent out.
Yeah. Huh. Very interesting. That's some, what do you call those? Workhorses? Sawhorses? Is that a warbler that we're hearing behind us? One with the longer call.
Where do we go?
I see the blaze right over there. Right up that way, a little more to your right, a little up a little. There it is. So we come here, and you can see the next blaze right up there. It's not entirely clear how we're supposed to get to it, but I guess we can start by crossing this. I don't think we want to go down through this mess. So I guess it's along here. Hey Dave, don't forget to stop and turn around to see what it looks like going back this way. So there is a blaze there. We just have to remember that we want to kind of shoot right through there. Because we are going to be retracing our steps to go back when we get to the end of this. What about these buds, Dave? Are these rhododendron here?
mountain laurel, isn't it?
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's starting
Yeah.
to come out, yeah.
Yeah.
Just started.
Yep. It's the end of May, so gotta wait another, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and the mountain laurel will be beautiful.
Mountain laurel.
It looks like we're gonna climb a little bit here. I'd have to take another look at the map more closely, but I think we're basically climbing to the top of a hollow here. We have ridges that sharply descend to the left and right of us. So you got that hillside over there, and then on this side it's a little less steep, but you can see that it's uphill in that direction. And then there's kind of a bend, kind of a U-shape bend in the landscape beyond, I think. I think we're sort of going to the top of that. Yeah, this is a pretty trail. Okay, the trail continues up that way. Yeah, you can see now to the left of us this ridge, and the one over there kind of joining up ahead of us. Look at all the rocks this tree brought up with it when it fell.
Yeah.
Trail's getting a bit steep now. You can see how much farther up Dave is. And so the water's gone as we come presumably to the top of this hollow or gap. I mean, we're climbing so high, we're hearing airplanes. It's a really pretty trail. Much prettier than we anticipated. Come back to this trail in a few weeks to see some beautiful mountain laurel in bloom, because there's a good bit of it along here. There's some more right there. Won't be too long. So that's azalea.
I think they're like called wild azaleas, or I know the flower itself is called a pinkster flower.
Called a pinkster?
Pinkster.
Hmm. Huh.
I think they're in the azalea family.
Might be the only chance we have to hike before the rain gets here. It's on its way. There's lots more mountain laurel right there. And here on the left and on the right. Well, here we are at the top. So when you get to the top of the Glen Cabin Trail, you hit the top mountain trail going both ways up here. Red blazes. And I don't know what the story is on this trail, but I take a look at a map later and find out. But the Glen Cabin Trail is pretty well marked with the yellow blazes. It's not difficult to follow. The very topmost part you might want to skip. If you start at the bottom, then just go up to where you don't see any more water and then go on back down, because there's nothing special up here at the very top part. But yeah, all right. That may be the only hike we're able to get in this weekend, Dave.
Maybe. When you get to spots like this, though, you don't want to quit. You look at that. Doesn't that look inviting?
Uh-huh.
Like, let's keep going.
Uh-huh. What's down there?
Yep.
We haven't seen that.
Or what's down there?
What's down there?
We know what's back at camp. So.
That's true. That's true. What's over here, though? Right across from the junction. This looks like a field of rocks. We're kind of at a high point here. I don't expect there's really a view there, but because of the trees, but I guess we can take a little gander. Yeah. Nothing much to see, except that you know, you can see the landscape drops down there. So must be a pretty expansive valley at the bottom of that, it seems like. Yeah, I probably won't film on the way back down. And so we'll see you back at camp. Well, we're back at camp. Dave's getting the fire going. And I'm gonna cook us some supper. Now, I'd kind of like to do it over the fire, but I forgot to bring my grate. So for better control, I'm just going to go ahead and use the cook pot. So I got the skillet here. Got the olive oil. No Popeye, no Brutus, just olive oil.
Bluto or Brutus?
I think there was both, right?
Huh?
I think there was both,
yeah,
right? There was a Bluto and a Brutus.
Confused me.
Yeah, I kind of like the name Bluto better.
Yeah.
Now at the meetup we had last weekend, we did the sockeye salmon, applewood smoked. A big hit with Dave. We did it sort of like an hors d'oeuvre last time with Cooper cheese on crackers. This time we're going to make a meal out of it. And I've got some thin bagels right there, so we're going to try to toast those somehow. You got a hot dog stick?
I do.
Maybe we could use those to kind of toast our bagels here.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that part. And then we still got the Cooper cheese we'll put on there. And then I have a secret recipe fish sauce here that should be pretty good with it. And if Dave doesn't care for it, or if it turns out I don't, I mean, I think it'll be good, but if it's not, then we got some mayonnaise packets. We can just do mayonnaise on there instead. Toasting them bagels 2 at a time.
Looks like a face.
Those are the mini bagels. Then we got the smoked Cooper cheese here. Might even want to, after you put the salmon and the cheese on it, you might want to hold it over the fire just a little bit longer to help soften up the cheese. And then put this condiment on it. Here, put it on this one.
See if they're
okay.
See if they suit you.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yep. Okay. So here's for that sauce there.
Ooh.
And then yeah, just put this.
Fancy dancy.
Just put some of that on there like so. Probably even, it's probably enough. And then ever how much cheese you want. I'll go with about this much.
Boy, that smells wonderful.
Look at that. This will be yours.
We need a little special sauce.
Go ahead and put a little dollop of that on there.
So John went ahead and held that over the fire for a minute with the tongs. Yep, remelted, and we'll add a little special sauce to her here. How much sauce do you recommend?
Okay, about spread that around a bit. That's probably enough.
Probably enough?
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
And then,
alrighty.
Bon appetit. All right, so I'm gonna hold mine over the fire for just a bit to just try to generally heat it up, but also soften that cheese a little more. Not really melt it, but just make it a little softer and not cold. That'll probably do it. Now, the secret recipe fish sauce. This has got a bit of zing to it.
That is perfect.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that's good. Why am I surprised? Well, because I never did this particular combination before, but that's good.
The flavor explosion there is just pretty amazing. So once again, thanks, John. That is amazing stuff. Wow. I was going to have hot dogs. This is a step up from hot dogs, for sure.
Well, we could have hot dogs tomorrow, you know. Give us something to look forward to.
There you go. The sauce has just the right amount of zip. I would agree.
So, get a load of this crazy setup. I have this tarp sort of covering, I mean, it looks like more shelter than it really is. And I have to get in and out the driver's side, but at least I will be able to roll down my window, you know, to get some air when it's raining, and it shouldn't rain in. But as far as, I mean, the original idea was to have some space beside the car where I could get out and I could maybe use this rock right here and, you know, cook or whatever, possibly get my little chair in there or something to be able to just get beside the car and do something, but there's really not enough room there. So it's pretty much useless except to be able to open up the window. And then, because I have the back kind of covered up and the other side goes down and pretty much renders the passenger side door useless, as you can see. So that means I have to get in and out only on the driver's side, and that's even if I want something in the back. I have to reach or crawl back there. So, I don't know. It's something, I guess. But for breakfast in the morning, and I expect it to be raining, I guess I'm just going to have to get my stuff and get over here underneath this shelter and to the picnic table, and that should work out okay. So we should be able to do breakfast under here, unless rain is blowing in from the side. You got that rigged up pretty well there. I should be able to get under there and make some breakfast. Hey, it's 11:13. Dave and I have been sitting out by the fire, having a grand old time, but we started to feel some sprinkles, so it looks like the rain will be here shortly. And so Dave has retired to his tent, but I decided not to set up a tent just because when it comes time to leave, I'll just be able to put everything into my car and get going, and I won't have to worry about packing up a wet tent. So, pro tip for you, if you're going to sleep in your car, when you pack the back, put your pillows and blankets right behind the driver's seat where you'll be leaning back, and that way that space will be cleared when you go to lean back and you won't have to move other stuff out of the way. So, yeah, I'm going to settle in here, and I guess we'll see you in the morning, and we'll see what kind of rain we're looking at that time. Good night. Good morning. There's Dave out there adjusting the tarp a bit. There was a big old puddle in the middle of it, which he pushed to the side and drained off, so he's trying to get some drainage going for the future. Well, he lowered that corner and then sat under there and thought about it for a minute. Now he's raising the corner. Looks like, oh, maybe he's trying to get it to drain off the other side. I'm trying to gear myself up to gather what we need for breakfast, and should be able to cook under that tarp. So, just need to motivate myself to get out of the car. Actually, get to the back of the car to get stuff, and then get out of the car. And also get some coffee on. Let's try to get moving. Well, the coffee's in progress. Morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Sleep good?
Real good.
Yeah. What time do you think it started raining? About 12 or between 12 and 1?
I would bet, yeah, midnight, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then it just kept raining.
Yeah, it's 44 degrees. Fortunately, there's no wind.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah. So, sitting under the tarp here, and notice that Dave found that branch right there for one of the supports. That works pretty well. It's wedged between the bench and the table on that side. But even though he just emptied a big overnight puddle, it's already starting to pool up right here. Alright, so once I get my cup of coffee poured, then we'll move the skillet onto there and get some breakfast going. So we got eggs and mushrooms and bacon pieces. So then after that, I'm going to ride with Dave down to Knoebels, where Random Adventures 2.0, Tony, Tony, whose channel is called
Random Adventure 2.0.
There you go. I've tried to do the thing. I can't do it fast enough. Anyway, Tony's having a get-together at Knoebels in, is that in Elysburg?
Yeah.
So I'm going to ride down there with Dave. I'm not going to film down there. So you can hop over to Dave's video to see who's there. I'll tell you about it afterwards, but I think I'm just going to not take my camera along and just, visit with the people there. And then we'll come back here and we'll see what tonight has for us. There you are, sir.
Thank you so much. Oh, my. Nothing better. Hot breakfast on a cold, rainy morning. Thank you very much.
Hey, well, it's about 6 p.m. Dave and I are back here at camp, and thanks to this tarp, The table is still usable, you know, reasonably dry. Everything's a little damp. It's been raining steadily and temperatures in the 40s since 1 or 2 a.m. and the rain never let up. So I rode with Dave down to Knoebels to Tony's meetup. If you don't know Tony, that's Random Adventures 2.0. And so this is his second annual event there at Knoebels. So I didn't film anything there because I just wanted to visit with people. But a lot of people got that on video. Now Tony himself, I didn't see him filming either. But a lot of people who were there filmed it and, you know, captured what was going on there. So our buddy Travis of the Travis Walker Experience, he was there and doing some filming. The Wandering Woodsman was there and filmed a little bit. Lovey, feral female, was there, but I don't recall her filming. I think maybe Dave filmed a bit, so you can catch, and then a number of other channels. If you want to see what was going on there, I'm sure you can find out. But we spent about 6 hours over there, didn't we, Dave?
We were there quite a while.
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah. So there were a lot of people there to visit with. It was a pretty good turnout for this crappy weather, you know. But we are outdoor people, so you know we kind of know what we're doing there. So, and there was great food, which was provided by a couple who were friends of Tony's. They, after the meetup that Tony had last year, they decided that they were going to save up $100 a month, and then for this year's meetup, they'd be able to provide all the food and, you know, coffee and, you know, all the plates and silverware and all that kind of stuff. Their names are George and Joan. So, you know, hats off to them. That was very cool of them. We really appreciated that. And there was quite a variety there of hot foods and, you know, or you could make yourself a sandwich, and there were different desserts there. And so it was really nice. Kind of an interesting little bit of engineering right here on the backside of campsite number 8. If you notice, past the fire pit, there's a trail that goes up that way. I don't know how far it goes. We both walked back there a little bit. We found, though, to our chagrin, that there seems to be an outhouse back there. I don't mean any building, but a popular spot for people to do their business. And a lot of people are not digging holes either. So, anyway, but what's interesting is this right here. You notice it's like a miniature levee reservoir sort of system here. This ditch was completely dry yesterday, so you can see the rain has filled it up. And we wondered, does that divert the water away, and is there a channel that goes down here for drainage out that way somewhere? But you'll notice, if we want to cross and go over here, it's the same thing on the other side, right? So there's no place for that to drain away. And so I guess this was built here just as a, you know, basically to keep the, you know, when it rains like this and water might come down this way, keep it from just, you know, just going all over and sort of flooding the site. This way it allows this water to just soak into the ground, or possibly, if it overflows, it can go out that way. Of course, if it went out that way, then Dave's tent is in an unfortunate spot, and he might have gotten a little bit of seepage. But think how much worse it would be if this thing weren't here. So it's kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever seen, you know, a little ditch like that, which was obviously made with some forethought, you know. Well, just a quick check-in. It's about 8:30, and Dave and I have been just sitting under the tarp, chatting, and then the rain has let up some, so we stood around not under the tarp, and Dave put an enviro log on the fire pit just to see what would happen, and it, you know, it tried to get started, but it didn't do very much. But anyway, we're thinking we're just going to go ahead and turn in, and I'm going to run the heater in my car for a little bit first and see if I sleep. And if not, I'll just read a little, and we'll see what happens in the morning. Hopefully the clouds and the rain have moved on. We'll see. We'll have some breakfast in the morning and go from there, see what happens. If it's still raining, we may just hang around for a little while before, and hope it'll stop before we pack up and go. So, yeah, good night. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Well, we wake up to the same old, Dave, huh? Sounds of dripping water, light rain. It's not, it's not coming down like it was yesterday, but still wet. I would guess it's like 10 minutes to 8. And we're going to have a little breakfast pretty soon here. Sleep well?
Yeah. Very good.
What are your thoughts on this whole camping experience at Bald Eagle State Forest, campsite number 8?
Very good. I was very thankful to have company, because I think it would have been pretty miserable in that rain by myself. When you have somebody to talk to, it makes it a lot different. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Good time.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you for breakfast shortly. Check out Dave over here, people. Bless his heart, he just can't stop trying to figure out if he can burn something in there. They had the Envirolog in there, and the two ends of it would kind of form some flames, but it just couldn't get going. And then I put some fire starter on top of it with some cardboard, and we got the top of it to burn a little, but it just wouldn't take off.
Just so damp and rainy.
Yeah. Well, it won't be long before we each pack up and head on out. Yeah, it was good times, Dave.
Yes, it was.
Thanks for inviting me out to camp with you, and thanks for the ride down to Knoebels.
Oh, yeah.
You can check out Dave's video. You did a little filming down there, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you can see some of the park. I walked around, filmed a little bit of the rainy park.
Yeah. Okay. So, sorry I didn't have any Knoebels footage for you, but lots of other people did. So I'm sure you can find that if you're interested. And thanks everyone for joining us out here. We'll see you on the next one. Burn, burn, yes, you're gonna burn.
Yeah.